What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Jared's Books. I am Jared, and today we're talking nonfiction slash true crime. I want to give an update on a current read that's a nonfiction, and then I was also going to go ahead and give like a book review on a nonfiction that I read last holiday season that I really enjoyed. So, just for quick updates, yeah, I want to put this video together. I'm still in work attire, so it's, I figured I'd take a break from the computer stuff and put together this video. Um, what I'm currently reading is Midnight in Chernobyl by Adam Higginbotham, and this book is absolutely fascinating. Um, it's it's a it's a little bit it's going to be a slower read. The book, it looks pretty thick, but it's not. Like, the actual story itself is only around 350 pages, and then there's a ton of works cited, and there's a lot of Russian translation in the very back of this, and there's some like the notes section is hundreds of pages long. So the book's not actually as long as it seems. There is a really cool HBO series, Chernobyl, that talks about the same things. This is, a detailed. I think it was over 10 years of research that Adam Higginbotham put together for this book that details the 1986 nuclear reactor in Chernobyl, and back then, I guess, was the USSR. The reactor 4's meltdown and what happened to it. For those of you that don't know, it could have been a world-ending catastrophe. The amount of radiation that was being released, the thermal temperatures of the reactor core number 4 were getting so hot. If the thing wasn't contained, it was gonna burn a hole straight through the earth. Um, the HBO series was really cool. I don't remember that guy's name. I'll find his picture here. But he was great in it. He was really cool in Mad Men too. It's one of my favorite series, probably my favorite series. Second to no, first, and then I would say Sopranos is probably up there, but first would definitely be Mad Men. But going back to the book it's going to be a longer read. For the main reason is it breaks down very scientific details of like radiation, how the reactors work, and things like that. I'm really enjoying it. I'll go into more detail as soon as I get it. I'm only about it's about 350 pages. I'm about 100 pages in, and I'm taking my time with it because, like I said, I'm really enjoying learning about the radiation and the science involved with it and how the reactors work. If you're not into that kind of stuff, this is probably not up your alley because it gets pretty heavy in the weeds with that stuff. As far as like a good book review, that's my current read. As far as like a good book review to go ahead and pick up, and one that you might be interested in checking out, that I would highly recommend, is Tokyo Vice by Jake Adelstein, an American reporter on the police beat in Japan. This book was awesome. I read this over the holidays last year, and just now getting around to doing the book review from it. But it's a memoir. It's a true story. There's also a HBO series on this. That's really cool. That the HBO series mainly sticks to one storyline, but in the book, there's probably 4 or 5 main storylines. In this, Jake Adelstein gives a first person point of view on him becoming the only outsider, a foreign outsider. A Gaijin is what, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I think I am. But that it's the actual translation is outsider. To become a police crime reporter for the Yamayuri Shimbun, and it's the like the main one of the main newspapers in Japan. The book provides a really cool insight into Japanese culture, and it dives really deep into the work ethic and what is expected from you in a corporate work environment. And you're basically selling yourself to your company. I mean, they have offices that have beds, like whole set, like almost like apartments inside of like work offices, so you can never leave. You can leave, but you know what I mean. Like they expect you to be working, um, falling asleep there and stuff like that. Like basically dedicating your entire life to your company is a big deal. It also gives a really cool look, excuse me, at Japan's underbelly. And what I mean by that is Japan has a like a preconceived notion for being a very clean, very orderly, very low crime country, which it is. Violent crime, I think it's one of the lowest countries on the planet, and it is very clean. Their standards and stuff like that are pretty high for sanitation, but there's also a major criminal element, and one that focuses a lot on human trafficking. And it's ran by the Yakuza. And one of the cool things about the book is Jake Adelstein gives a very I just hit the camera with the book. Um, Gives a really detailed look into the Yakuza. And the Yakuza is actually a larger criminal organization than La Cosa Nostra, which is the Italian mafia. Um, I can't remember what it said. It's something like over like 10,000 members deep in the Yakuza. There's multiple sub sub fractions of it. It also goes into how the Yakuza has got its claws into like big business, corporate business, mainly banking. I'm not going to go into too many details on it, um, but they got their hand in just about everything. And he goes into a lot of detail about just how far the reach is, and the reach is all the way over, here in the United States. He focuses on a couple really cool stories. The disappearance of Lucy Blackman is one of them. That's the main kind of story from HBO. It focuses on her and how the Yakuza will trick women to be escorts, and then kind of like just take their visa and hold them hostage for a long time and put them on like a almost like an interest thing to pay it back. And they want them to work as hostesses and hostess clubs, which are clubs where women will work to entertain men. It's not a topless club or anything like that. It's just a club where you can go, you can talk to women. They're paid to talk to you, and then there's nothing sexual involved with it or anything like that. It's pretty weird. Part of their society. It's pretty cool in an interesting way. I mean, I'm not cool as in like it's okay. Um, there's a cool story about the big one in it was Tadamaso Goto was a Yakuza boss, and Jake Adelstein starts to uncover that he was granted uh, a visa by the FBI to go to UCLA and receive a liver transplant in exchange for information into the Yakuza's financials and bankings dealings, it was pretty shocking. It was the most shocking story in the entire book. And Jake Adelstein's, he actually got like death threats. The Yakuza started paying him visits. He got in pretty deep with this stuff. That was a really fascinating story. There's also another one about a Yakuza boss that had ties with like veterinarians and farming in a dog food factory and people that were missing. Well, I'll let you connect the dots on what was happening with people missing and this Yakuza boss's dog food factory. Um, but it's a great read. Check it out if you're into the true crime. Tokyo Vice, also an HBO series, and if you want to pick this one up, excuse me, I'm still reading it, but definitely, I would definitely highly recommend Midnight in Chernobyl. As far as a rating on a scale of 1 to 10 with Tokyo Vice, I'd give it a solid 7. I definitely recommend it. Definitely think you should pick it up if you're into true crime. So I'm going through the Midnight in Chernobyl thing, and I'm already like I needed a break from my last read from fiction, which is why I picked up the Midnight in Chernobyl. and now I'm already missing like storytelling and character developments and suspense and stuff like that. And I wanted to see if we could get some input on what the next read should be. So I'm looking at reading either Recursion by Blake Crouch, which I've heard is kind of like a dystopian future book where there's like a virus that's making people have fake memories. Sounds really cool. Heard about it from another booktuber, and it looks really interesting. Or I'm thinking about reading Michael Crichton's Sphere. I saw the movie when I was way younger, to the point where I don't even remember it. But I remember it was really creepy, kind of that darker sci-fi thriller, alien stuff, which I love. So let me know what you think about those, either Recursion or Sphere. So let me know in the comments if you've read any of those, and what do you think I should read? What would be the better read next? Also, if you've read Tokyo Vice, let me know what you think. If you've watched the HBO series, let me know what you think. I haven't seen season 2 yet, so I still have to do that. But it's a lot of subtitles, so you got to be down for some reading. If any of you have read Midnight in Chernobyl, let me know what you think about it. Also, if you've watched the HBO series, let me know what you think about that. And that's the update. Hope everyone is doing well. There was a lot of great comments last time and some good discourse going back and forth on some of you really liked Doomickey by Stephen King, and I really didn't. And it's always funny when you oppose the great Stephen King. Like you'll get a lot of comments on it, but it's all cool. It's just an opinion. Everybody has their opinion on it, and everyone's entitled to it. And I like getting the different perspectives. When you disagree with my opinion, like I like to know why you liked it. Like I kind of asked that and things like that. Like I want to hear your perspective on it because I think literature is cool that way. I think stories are cool that way. How we recreate them all different in our heads, and that's why I really like reading. So hopefully that's kind of how you look at it too. Yeah, give me a if you like the content, give me a like, give me a subscribe. This is how I do it. This is not planned. I was tired of working, so took a break and grabbed the book I'm reading now and one I thought you guys would enjoy. And we hit play and we start going on a tangent. And here we are at the end of the video. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, and follow along. And let me know what you think I should read next. And keep reading. Talk soon.